us from Eugene, Oregon. A beautiful college football afternoon in the place quoted as being where great teams go to die. Today, the raucous crowd already fired up as their Ducks are set to open another season at Autzen Stadium. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Mississippi State's offense will have first crack at this one. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for his senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, then he's obviously going to have a big year.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Finds his man down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Get it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Working the middle. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
How about this defense? Coming out, you know you've got a challenge on your hand, and you talking about coming out ready, hair's on fire, ready to play. You can tell, dropping back, great coverage. They know this guy's great. They know he can spin it. They're sitting on the coverage, waiting on it. They win the first check early. Give the defense some credit. They were ready for this great quarterback.
The give to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. A Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on third down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
And the Ducks trying to find their way. Last play. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The Ducks are on the move. Handoff from the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Lost to fire on second down. Got his man to the left. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion of that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
But how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration, everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
Right down the middle. Intercepted deep in his own end. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Man, how about the rough starts for these offense? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turning over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Back to pass, it's Punga. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Mississippi State right back to the line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running to Green.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
Trying to get rid of it.
And listen, there's nothing wrong with play action for this offense, but, man, you've got to protect. You've got to sell that run. And if the quarterback's going to do that, he needs his guys up front to give him a little bit more time to maybe take those shots down the field and make some.
A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown,
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Snags it down the right side. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Ducks are on the move. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Setting up the screen. There he goes. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling past and kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Running back looking for the end zone to the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, the ground game. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Oregon! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets an end zone.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Wants to throw. It's Punga. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
They'll get it to the 48. To measure, it's a first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Lets it fly on the move. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
They just keep firing. Got it in the middle. It's Kennedy. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Punga. Grabbed in the middle. It's Kennedy. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job, great catch. First down.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Off play action. Going for 6. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Texas A&M is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly making this easy for the 12th man. This is a tight one in College Station. They're up by a field goal over SMU. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see it here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game.
He lets one fly deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Looking for a man. It's Punga. Turns it loose deep. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need turning it on. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Complete to the right. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
And remember, we saw this receiver in the first half have a number of inward-breaking routes, and now in the second half, we're seeing more stuff to the outside. That's a really good adjustment by this offensive coordinator.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He caught it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And the Ducks looking to convert on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Feel or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Leaves it with the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Bulldogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, it's Punga. Quickly to the tight end. Move the sticks for a first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Reads it, fires complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
And now on second down for this offense. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
The give to the tailback. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Lindsey. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. The Ducks trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. With the run on first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
This is a hard defense defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bop.
Touchdown, Oregon! And that one will put them up here in the second half. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll send the back in motion. To the air. It's Punga. Got his man down the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Roach. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Finds his big tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before. He makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. You find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Punga. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football all over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback, affecting him, and even better, getting him on the ground.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to test the right side with this one. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give out of the gun. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Punga. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a 1st down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
Huge moment coming here as they try to quiet this raucous, crazy crowd. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the score. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're
looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
On the move out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll leave it with him. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Wants to throw on 3rd down. He's taking the deep shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. 4th down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, looking to pass. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock,